Hello and welcome to the Business Show podcast here on Radio Newark 107.8 FM and across DAB in Nottinghamshire and Lincolnshire. I'm Simon Gabitas, I am one of your hosts and I'm joined by my other host, Mr. Michael Hardy. Hello Michael, how are you?
Hi Simon, spring is upon us, the sun is shining, life is good.
You sound like a town crier. I love that.
That is your calling. I think that is your calling.
Right Michael, what is happening today on the show?
So on this month's show, we're going to be talking about last month's highlights. We've obviously got our business show big quiz, because everybody's looking forward to that.
Absolutely, why
except
wouldn't you?
for you. We've got the fabulous Queen of Radio, Vicky Cozens, with us.
Lady Radio.
This morning. We're going to just talk about the action group. Grants for you. Will Parkinson once again has come up trumps. And who gives a book?
Fantastic. Let's get ready to rumble.
Watch us drop the mic.
Psych. Right, what is first on the agenda then, Michael?
So last month's highlights. What did we do in February?
I haven't got a clue. I wasn't there. No, I have, because I helped organise some of it.
It was the greatest meeting we've had for years.
I've heard that,
It was
yeah.
very efficient, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
Good. I'm glad all of my pre-planning work helped with that. Failure to plan is planning to fail, as I told one of my children earlier on. Right, so the February meeting, Simon Shaw, our vice chair, we mentioned this on the podcast last month. Simon chaired the meeting. So again, massive thank you to him for helping out with that. Our sponsor was You Can Do Sport, so we heard from their team, and I did hear that they've had some great engagement after that meeting as well, which is always fantastic to hear. We had our couple of minutes spotlight, so we heard from John Ewens from Inara Systems. He gave people a bit of an insight into what they do. We did Who Gives... Well, in fact, I actually still got involved.
You did?
We did Who Gives a Book from the Ski Slopes. So I was helped with another business club member, Lawrence Childs, who, after about 3 attempts of walking up the mountain and getting really tired, came down the mountain with 3 books that we then recorded on video, and they were given away during the meeting. And then we had our charity of the quarter draws. So we pulled 3 charities. In fact, I don't know how it was done. Was it done by ducks this month, last month?
It was cardboard, so it was Dan's... cardboard box for his big sleep out.
Okay.
He shredded it up and into pieces and numbered it.
He's very creative.
Honestly, very creative.
Yeah, the guy should have been a Blue Peter presenter, I think. So
Yeah, get down, Shep.
So yeah, thank you to Daniel for sorting that. And then we've got those 3 charities. They've all got 3 minutes this month to tell us a bit more about who they are. And then one of those charities as well will win some money based on the draw that we do at the end of the meeting. Oh, sorry, partway through the meeting. So yeah, lots happened. A very smooth meeting, possibly the best meeting in the last 2 years, as you guys keep telling me. But yeah, all seemed to work well.
It could have only happened with your organisation.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
Let's be really clear about that. I think you actually worked harder putting it together for you not to be there than actually be there, because you couldn't wing it.
I was navigating...
Not that you ever wing it, obviously. Simon never wings it, does he?
I was navigating the internet in Andorra at the time as well, so no, it worked all right in the end.
No, it was brilliant.
Good.
It was really good.
Good.
And looking forward to the March meeting.
Indeed.
Okay, so next on our agenda is the Business Show Big Quiz, and I'm delighted that you've got, once again, support from Vicky here to help you with this quiz.
I think this is why we do it on purpose this way around, isn't it?
It is.
I thought I'd got out of it. I just thought I was going to come and do like 5 minutes, disappear. No? Right.
No.
Okay.
No, you're in the seat, you've got the headphones on, you ain't going nowhere.
And I need you. I need you, Vicky.
I apologise now then.
Michael, what have you got for us?
Okay, we've got 3 questions on this month's Business Show Big Quiz. So let's start with question number 1.
That would be logical.
So question number 1, whose revenue hit £2 billion thanks to higher sales of pizzas, chicken goujons and potato wedges?
Yes, I know this one.
Well, I mean, I think that's probably cue for you to answer it then. Go for it.
I'm so proud that I know this. It's really bad that I do, though. Greg's.
The sausage roll remains their top seller.
Of course it does.
It is Greg's.
Hey!
Well done.
I still know people that have never had a Greg's sausage roll before.
Really?
I know.
Really?
I thought it was illegal to walk past a Greg's and not have a sausage roll.
Oh.
There may be members of our committee, I think, that have not had...
Wow.
I mean, there is a business that has continued to evolve
Yeah.
I mean, we joke about the sausage roll, which still it's big draw, but actually, pizzas, chicken goujons, they have continued to evolve for the customer base and where they are and the high street. You only have to look at the one in our town and how that's, I know it moved a couple of doors up, but actually what they've done in terms of the space and made it more appealing for their customers. So,
there's a second one as well over at the service station.
Yeah, that's right.
And actually, I mean, you talk about the evolving side of it. One of the other big sellers seems to be their vegan sausage roll.
Absolutely.
Again, I guess how they've been able to evolve their product and switch stuff up. But it's always busy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think, we always talk about local and, the small retailers, and that's really important. But, you only have to look at these businesses and go, how do they survive? Well, because they evolve with the times. They get the vegan sausage roll out. So, when somebody says, oh, it's meat, well, actually, we've got the vegan range.
Yep.
We can, meet anybody's requirements. So
meet anyone's requirements.
There you go.
Or not, as the case may be.
You keep doing the puns. Vicky will keep answering the questions.
To be honest, that's teamwork. That is.
I mean, it was a true business question, wasn't it? I knew the answer to the foodie one.
It's great. We're working on it.
Okay, so the next one is how many stores across China and 11 other countries does Mixu ice cream and tea have? I saw this and I just thought of you, Simon.
Why? The ice cream?
It's a bubble tea. It's a bubble tea.
Oh,
it's a bubble tea chain in China and the Far East.
Okay.
I've never had bubble tea.
I have. I mean, it's interesting. I'm not entirely sure I know anything about. This is going to be like loads. It's going to be at least 7. How many stores have they got across China and then 11 other countries?
Yeah, Singapore, Thailand.
30,000.
Okay, great guess. Good guess. Vicky?
67,000.
Bit optimistic. You were just
always.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, to put it in context, McDonald's has 43,000 locations.
Okay.
Starbucks has 40,500 locations, and Mixu has 45,000 locations.
Wow. Okay.
They're the biggest drinks retailer in the world.
Wow.
Are there any in the UK?
No.
Right.
No. And it's one, when you read it and you go, that's insane, because we all, and I think it's one of those that we're West biased. So
sure.
you think about America and Europe and the brands that we know in there.
We see what we see, don't we?
Absolutely. And there is the biggest brand doesn't even come out of Asia.
Wow.
So Mixu ice cream and tea, which is a bubble tea. They do have a Chinese, and it was one of those. I was writing it down and thought, I'm not going to say that on the radio because that's got so many problems aligned to it. So we'll just go with ice cream and tea.
Excellent. Well, I do think, let's just round Vicky's down to 60,000, mine at 30,000. I think,
it was in the middle.
Hey, there we go. Middle. See, we did that on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know. Bubble tea later on, Vicky.
So again, just shows, look outside your own area. Sometimes it's not just what's in your own town or in your own region. There are other things going on that might be of interest that might actually help stimulate your business. So I just
different demands as well.
Absolutely.
Different demands, and the challenges that come with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, final question. Question number 3. What has Microsoft announced it will shut down in May?
My laptop again. I don't know. Probably a big server centre. Probably a product. I don't know.
Is it like Windows 10 or something?
It's not like Windows 10.
Okay.
But
No.
it's
the next one up.
Yeah.
No. I don't know, Michael. Tell us, what is Microsoft shutting down?
So what was the first platform that you used for Zoom type calls for video conferencing?
Skype. Oh yeah, of course it is.
Is that still going?
Well,
So-
no, it is for now.
Yeah.
No,
Only till May.
You know what? I did see that. I kind of forgot that was a Microsoft product, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
I
but they
didn't
bought
realise
it. So they bought
Yeah.
it for all its technical pieces, and obviously now Teams is their big video
sure.
conference platform.
Yeah.
So they don't need Skype in the same way, but they've taken all the benefits out of it. So so Skype is shutting down. So again, here's a brand and something that it was not that long ago, probably only the pandemic that got us talking about Zoom and Teams. Pre-pandemic, Skype was probably the video
Go-to.
call
Yeah.
brand. And it's not evolved because Microsoft obviously have decided that they needed the technicality part of it rather than the brand itself, because Teams obviously fits into their brand better from their perspective. But so there's something that's had its day and is about to disappear.
Another word that when you say it will mean stuff to us,
Yes.
but to actually other people, younger people will go, what's Skype?
Yeah.
Like MySpace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Came and went.
Yeah.
MSN.
Mini discs.
Video recorder.
Video. Or records.
Yeah.
In fact, one of my friends' kids, who's not actually that young now, a few years back, had asked what a CD is, and you just kind of go, wow.
Yeah.
But things move on, things
They do.
evolve,
They
like you
do.
say, and business evolves.
Yeah,
and usually for the better. It's a technology change.
Yes.
We talked about this, time and time again with different businesses and what happens, and the whole idea of blockbusters and moving to streaming and Netflix and how that's kind of worked, and usually it is a technology change.
It is, absolutely.
Interesting.
So Microsoft no more Skype from May. So
Wow.
there we go.
Well, that won't load up on my laptop and cause it to probably shut down every now and again.
Absolutely. So there we go. So
Excellent.
That's this month's quiz. So hopefully a bit of interesting insight and a bit of fun as well.
Fantastic. Thank you again, Michael.
So next on our list, we have the wonderful Vicky Cozens.
Lady Radio.
Lady Radio.
Don't think so. Not anymore.
No?
We still think you are, Vicky.
Oh, thank you.
So, Vicky, thank you again for joining us on the podcast. I'm still looking forward to you and some of the other people on the committee taking over at some point. That sounds like a really exciting thing to do. It's not happening today, though, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. The panic in my eye. I'm not
checking.
prepped for this.
It's fine. I'm waiting for Phil to come around with a video recorder. a phone. Just recording. Got you. So I suppose a couple of things. One, if you can kind of maybe talk us through your role on the committee, the stuff that you do with us for Newark Business Club, and then I guess your role also at Newark and Sherwood District Council. So the stuff that you get involved with us for the business club.
So business club wise, I've been the secretary for quite a considerable number of years now. I also support the events team and assist with things like our patrons dinner, summer events, Christmas events, help with the roving mic, and general happy, annoyingly happy person at 6:30 in the morning.
Positivity.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's great, and thank you again. It is always great to know when I'm passing the roving mic to you that yes, you've got your radio voice on. I've got to make sure that I've got mine on as well, as best as possible in the morning. But thank you again. You did mention obviously you've been the secretary for a while for us on the committee. Do I need to make sure that is there an anniversary coming up that I need to?
No, we missed it. Don't worry.
Oh no. To be honest, we need to have a look through some of that because what did we say last month? Simon Shaw. I mean, Simon doesn't actually know how long he's been on the committee. We just go over 20 years.
Yeah,
but,
it's part of the furniture.
It's but yeah, again, we've always kind of said we've got a really strong, loyal, dedicated group of volunteers that kind of make up the committee for the business club. So thank you again for everything you do on that front as well. I suppose going to your day job. The stuff at Newark and Sherwood District Council. Talk us through your role and what you get up to nowadays.
So I currently have 3 roles because why have one? So Economic Growth Officer, working within the Economic Growth and Visitor Economy team. I'm also working on one of our town fund projects, which is Newark Heart. So I manage the business development and events.
Excellent. And talking about events, we've just had a big event in the middle of Newark over the weekend. tell us about the Ignite event that's happened.
Incredible. So part of the project that I work on with Heart is to test and trial events.
Yep.
So it's our second event that's an evening economy event. So we had one in November. This one was Ignite, Fire, Flame and Frenzy. It was an interactive fire show. So rather than just go, you know what, we could put fireworks, we could do various things. We wanted to think outside the box, make it accessible for all ages. And it was just that. We moved some of the stalls out. We worked very closely with Town Council. So it gave us a massive event space to work with, which just, again, showcases the wonderful heart of Newark and what we have right on our doorstep.
Yep.
And I think sometimes we are all blinkered. We sit on our phones or walk through town, go to what you need to, and just completely oblivious to what's around us. So to actually open that space, activate it, we had living lampposts, which were stilt walkers that were fantastic. Very excited about those.
Speaking in French as well, apparently.
They were, yeah, they were very good. And again, some of these artists came from all over the country. So the living lampposts were Newcastle based. They'd never been to Newark and actually said it was really easy for them to get to. But also they had the opportunity to go round, go and enjoy some of the hospitality venues, have a nosy round the shops. So it's also bringing tourism from the artist perspective as well. So yeah, really, really well attended. We're just getting the stats back now, but it's looking like it's our most well attended event.
Wow.
And also with footfall figures as well, which is really fantastic.
That's fantastic. Nice.
Well, I think
That's
it's
amazing.
because obviously there was the streets kind of leading up to it that were lit up as well. Obviously, when you got there, it was bright because there was fire displays going on. So actually, it kind of brought it to life in terms of that as well. You know, it wasn't just the fact that you were doing this event. It was, it was so interactive. I had a wander around. Again, like you say, it was something for everyone. There was families all around. There was food stalls around. You know, there was no reason kind of not to pop down and have a look. But it was busy. And actually, off the back of that, town seemed busy.
Yeah.
Pubs, restaurants seem really busy.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. As a council and with the parties I work with from funded projects like this, we want to get the people into the town, but we want to engage with those businesses to have a bite of the cherry, so to speak. So things like the Fox and Crown, they also joined us in the market. They did a pop-up. Yep. So where we can, we want to include that. So if you can have a pop-up and signpost back to your other venues, then that's music to my ears.
Some signpost, lamppost.
You are there, that too.
Yeah.
Dancing, yeah.
It was a really good event. And like you say, very well attended. So yeah, congratulations to you and the team for making that happen. I suppose the other thing that you wanted to talk to us about was...
Came prepared.
The Newark and Sherwood gift card.
Yes, very exciting.
Talk to us.
So it's going to be launched on Monday the 10th of March. So we're very, very close to that date. Very exciting. So it's a district-wide gift card scheme. And ultimately, it is to support our local high street. Yep. So you can purchase those gift cards online. There will be some envelopes, as Simon is showcasing right now, that will be in various locations across the town. They are load this card envelope. So you can pick one up and choose via the QR code or the website to add a value on there. And people have to spend in store. So you can't redeem the card online. You have to visit your local high street. So we're working across Newark, Southwall, Ollerton and Edwinstowe. But that's not obviously just limited to that. It's anywhere across our district. And it is very much having the focus on local independent businesses. So we will be working with some of the national chains because it is an international programme that we've worked with. But our focus is very much about supporting the smaller businesses.
Excellent. How do you find out about where you can spend it at the moment?
So the website will be live from Monday the 10th. So Excellent. It's newarkandsherwoodgiftcard.com. There will be a directory on there, so a little bit of lovely advertising for some of the local businesses again. Like I say, it is an international scheme, so it's been working for many, many years across UK, Europe and North America. Our closest gift card schemes are Lincoln and Nottingham.
Okay.
And you'll be able to use it. Works with Google, so if businesses have a Google My Business account, again, once you go on that directory, you can actually pinpoint exactly where they are. Nice and easy to find.
Amazing. And if businesses want to get involved and say, right, we want to accept this, we want to redeem this as well, how do they get in touch? What's the process for doing that?
They can contact me at the council, so it's the economic.growth@newark-sherwooddc.com. newark.gov.uk. Long email
I think
address.
we'll put that in the comments.
Yeah, I think so.
That's an easy one to remember.
Isn't it just? Otherwise, easiest is come and have a chat with me at Newark Business Club as well.
Yeah.
I'm very often across the 4 towns in our area, and I can send you some more information. There is no cost for businesses to register for this. The only cost to the business is their usual card processing costs that they have with their contracts.
Yep.
But to register, it is a cost of living scheme that the council have registered for. It's a 3-year process, and we are funding the actual programme itself. So it takes 2-3 minutes for a business to register. Really, really simple. You get that additional promotion for you as a business. So I just think it's a win-win.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
Fantastic.
And actually, when it comes to engaging with your staff in a business, actually this is a great gift, whether it's, some celebration from the business club. I think it's definitely something, we can get behind and support and help. And actually, if we're giving stuff away, I think that's another great avenue. If possible, we want money to be spent in our town. So, yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Absolutely. And it's really accessible. So if you were lucky enough that you were gifted, I don't know, £200 on a gift card, for example, you could buy tickets for a show at the Palace. You could go around the Civil War Centre. You could use that to have lunch at one of our coffee shops. You could go for dinner. You could redesign your lounge or buy some new clothing. So again, it's completely what you want to do.
You've done a lot there with £200.
I
to
know,
be honest.
resourceful, aren't I?
all I heard was Vicky was buying me a £200 gift card. That's I just blinkers. No, I think it's a fabulous idea. I think it's very creative. Obviously, it keeps money in our town, and what we're trying to do as well, which is what you've always said, is we want people to visit and revisit our town centre and the shops around Newark. So yeah, I think it's a great idea.
How many have you got signed up so far?
So we had a target of 50. That was a target that we set internally, looking at kind of locations around our area as a kind of a competitor market, really. So yes, the target was 50. We are currently at 73, ready for launch.
Amazing.
And they are all independent businesses, which is fantastic.
That is amazing. That is really good, and that means that more than not, you'll be able to spend it. And that's fantastic. I think it's a great idea, and fully support it.
And we're making your life easy for all of your shopping now.
Well, Christmas is done.
There you go.
That gift box.
Yeah.
With all the card in there.
It's gonna be super small and just with a little card in there.
Yeah.
Love Michael.
Yeah, and it just won't tell you how much it is until you go and spend it at the first one.
50p.
Yeah.
Is there a minimum amount you put on it?
Yes, there is, but it is more than 50p. So
Okay.
you're fine.
Excellent. Yes, I'm going to get more than 50p. Thank you, Michael. No, it's a great idea. No, I think, fantastic to you and the team again for bringing that one to life, because I think, that's something that I think is hopefully going to do great stuff for the town.
Yeah,
I might
absolutely.
bring the giant gift card to the business club and hopefully get you all to have a photo with it to help with our promotion.
We'll be delighted as ever.
Done. It's happening. So yes, if you are listening to this on the way into the business club, then look out for a big giant gift card. It is a big giant gift card, and it's not just the fact that Vicky's really small, as has been pointed out on other social media
We don't
posts.
carry around a small Vicky next to the card.
That probably would be easier.
Oh, you could get small Ian Stevens.
You've got Ashley Hallam and Ian Stevens who turn up with their little
Miniatures.
So we should have those next to the proper card.
Next to the proper card, yeah.
And then the real
I
ones
like
next
it.
to the big card.
Perfect.
Ashley, I hope you're on your way in.
If you want any more marketing tips, speak to Michael. Fantastic. No, that is brilliant. Well, no, I think from our point of view, everything that you do on the committee, like we said, like a lot of us, you're spinning plates and helping us with lots of different things, which is great. So thank you so much for your help with that, Vicky. And of course, some of the stuff that you're doing with Newark Sherwood District Council in the economic growth team and your other roles. I think, again, fantastic stuff that we're seeing. So amazing stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you again for helping me with the quiz. You helped me get 1.5. I'm going with the in the half in the middle. We'll go with that. And thank you again.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Our pleasure. Okay, next we've got grants for the memories.
Which we're still working on some kind of music. Well, we will get some grants for the memories music up there, Michael. So tell us, what grants have you got for us today?
So once again, Will Parkinson has worked his magic, sent across 2 grants that are available now.
Okay.
And the first one is Emerging Maker Grants. So these were available last year, and so it opens and closes sort of every 3 months. Sort of give it a chance to give out the grants and then reassess it and what have you. So the grant scheme's provided by the Queen Elizabeth Scholarship Trust, and it's intended to provide opportunities for talented early career craftspeople to develop their skills and expertise. Between £3,000 and £10,000 for skills training. This can be through traditional college courses, vocation training, apprenticeships, one-to-one training with a master craftsman. Details can be found on the Queen Elizabeth Scholarship Trust.
Sounds good. And as we've said before, I think some of the research that's come out shows that we're quite a crafty place, Newark-on-Trent and surrounding areas. So, yeah, that sounds great.
So if you've got somebody who's a younger person who is looking to get into something that's vocational, crafty, then this might be the opportunity to get some funds to help you get support and training and hone your skills. So,
yeah, as we said before, I like that one.
Really good. And the second one is the Future 100 Growth Fund. So this is direct support, including funding of business advice, supply chain access, coaching for black entrepreneurs who want to make their high growth potential to the next level.
Okay.
Once enrolled on the scheme, participants will be there'll be opportunities to access up to £15,000 of grant funding. The Future 100 Growth Fund is run by Sky and the Black Equality Organisation. The programme also aims to create a cohort of black British entrepreneurs, the opportunity to network and share experiences, success and challenges. Focus is on economic empowerment and equity of opportunity to help enable black entrepreneurs to thrive and succeed.
Okay.
So that's available now, and so Will Parkinson is the man for more information.
Okay, and as with what we mentioned with Vicky earlier on, we'll put Will's details below so you can get in touch with Will about those 2 grants and, of course, all the other grants that they've got going on and can give you access to as well at the moment.
Yeah, and just, the thing about these are 2 of hundreds out there, although it's interesting, Will did say to me that as we get to the end of the financial year, so there just seemed to be a bit of a sort of hold on them. He expects some more sort of up in April, May time as the new fiscal year comes in. But, anything you're doing, and I mean anything, drop Will a note, tell him about your business, tell him what you're trying to achieve, tell him what what you're doing, and he will troll for you. And you just don't know whether there's a grant there, and every little helps, as they say. So so please engage Will. He's delighted to help. And there are, these are 2 to give you an example of the types of things that are out there.
Yeah.
Because I know every time we read these, we go, oh, right, that's different. We hadn't thought about that for an angle.
So many different target markets, so many different people, so many different businesses or individuals that can benefit from it. So, yes, thank you once again to Will Parkinson at Newark Sherwood Dictrict Council for that info.
Absolutely. Okay, next, I'm a bit worried about this next section because it could go on for a while, because it's who gives a book and who gives a books.
Who gives a books? No, well, we gave 3 books away. And like I say, I recorded a video out in Andorra, out on a ski slope, and had the support of Lawrence Charles from Charles Consulting. Lawrence came down with the 3 books in hand. The first 2 cuts were great, actually. The little jump that he did just before were fantastic, but unfortunately it didn't quite tee up with the words that were coming out my mouth at the time. So we did work it out in the end. So a couple of books that we gave, 3 books that we gave away. So we had The Art of War, we had Surrounded by Idiots, and I was very, very keen to have a copy of The Only Salesperson in the Room, which is a new book authored by Lisa Pickles, who long-standing business friend and member of the business club. So yes, I was very keen to get a copy of that out to Andorra, and of course another copy for Simon to give away as well, which is great. And it sounds like she's had a great response to that new book as well. So no, well done to Lisa. It's great we've got quite a few authors in the room actually, which is always good. As mentioned, to Lisa, started that one in Andorra, and looking forward to finishing that book. So three books again, and we've got 1 book, I think. I say 1 book. Actually, we'll see what happens in the meeting. I think there might be more than 1 book that gets given away, but certainly 1 book that we've got from our side to give away this month.
Who gives a book? Good. Well, it's and I always say it's a great something different that you've brought to the community, and I know people are passing the books around, and and it's just great to see people engaging with literature and what's going on in different business ideas. So.
Well, as I looked at my my car earlier on and shut the boot, there was 2 books that people have given me and said, right, they're my copies I want to give you to then gift on, which is great as well. I mean, I like a used book. For me, still like the smell of a good book. So I like the idea of those being passed on.
Absolutely. Okay, just a quick action group and retail group update.
Yep.
So a couple of things that we're trying to get hold of at the moment. The train timetables have recently been updated in December, and we've now started the engagement about the 2 hourly train for the future timetable. So our big goal is to have 2 trains per hour between Newark and Lincoln, Newark and Nottingham, which would really boost the opportunity for people to travel both into Newark but also to commute out of Newark, which I think is important for the town to be a hub for that. The first meeting was at the back end of February, and everybody on the steering group are really positive about that. So
excellent.
A lot of work to do when you've got a flat crossing and all the the east west, north south, etc. But it's very much at the heart of the Nottingham and Lincoln stakeholder board's desire. So that's really positive.
Yeah,
so
fantastic.
Working towards that. And the other thing is, you've probably seen quite a lot of news about banks closing down in the town centre. I think June is when the NatWest closes down, as an example. I think the TSB has announced or has even closed already. So one of the things we've started to engage is to look into something called a bank hub.
Yep.
So where a town centre loses all its banks, then they're under pressure to create what they call a bank hub, which is a single unit where all the different banks have access to their facilities. So we're engaging about that at the moment. So that's one of our new focuses, because while we understand, and we talk about business a lot on this show, obviously, and people have to make decisions, businesses have to make decisions based on their own circumstances. Having somewhere that people can go and access bank facilities, bank information, and a person is still important. So we're trying to just ensure that the bank hub does come to Newark at the right time, so people still have access.
Yeah, and I think that's important, obviously, for individuals, but also for businesses. And I think, and again, it's another technology change. It's a behaviour change. I get it. I understand. When I go into my bank, it's a lot emptier than it used to be, absolutely. And I understand that. But I've heard a lot about the bank hubs, and it sounds like quite a creative way to still have access for people. And that actually, if I want my NatWest, it's a Tuesday. Halifax on a Thursday. So actually, I think that's So
watch this space, and we'll keep you up to date as how we get on with that.
Good stuff.
Next meeting, 24th of March.
Took the words out of my mouth.
At the Organ Grinder. So looking forward to seeing a few people there and talking about all things making business better for Newark.
Excellent. And we've seen some new people at those meetings as well, haven't we?
Absolutely.
Recently?
Yeah, good, really good.
Don't need to do anything to kind of join up. It's just more of a case of come along, have a chat, see if it's something you want to get involved with, and take it from there. Yeah,
and if you've got something you want to ask questions about, then it's a great opportunity over a pint and 6 p.m. So it's before it gets, and now you'll get there in the lights by the next one. So
fantastic,
even better.
Well, thank you for everything you're doing with that as well, and all the updates.
Great stuff. So for those that are on their way in, what are we going to see this month?
Well, they might see you in the car park doing your famous car park attendant work, and that big smile. The meeting is sponsored by 1 Degree Training and Coaching, so we're going to hear from Andy Nisevich, again, another author, so hence why I mentioned there might be some books in the room during the meeting. So, great to hear from Andy and what they're doing in the business at the moment. We picked the 3 charities out for our Charity of the Quarter initiative, so each of those charities is going to get 3 minutes to tell us a bit more about who they are, what they do. We've said in the past, it may be that they need donations, it might be they need volunteers, it might be that they need a particular product, but Each charity is different. Each charity has their own requirements. In fact, we've had it in the past where charities have asked for interest for people to become on board as trustees.
Yeah.
And by the end of the meeting, they've had 2-3 people that have gone, yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
That's how powerful that room is. Lots of people that can, make a difference, make a change to those charities. So, yeah, that's why we kind of put it in. Into what we do at the business club. Those 3 charities are going to present, and then at the midway point everyone's going to get the opportunity they'll all get a token and they'll vote for their charity of the quarter, and then between the business club and the team at the round table there is a donation, I believe this month, of £600.
Wow.
That will go to one of those charities. So yeah, keep posted on that one. But again, we want to give the decision to the people in the room. It's really important that we do that. So that's happening this month. Our member spotlight is Lisa from Brighton Beautiful. So Lisa will get a couple of minutes to tell us again a bit more about who she is and what she does. That was a new feature that we've added in just to give one member each month a bit more time to tell us who they are and what they do. There'll be some table networking. The roving mic. Vicky will be out with the roving mic again, I hope.
Yeah, she will.
Hopefully. And a few other updates along the way, as usual.
Great stuff. Another fun-packed meeting. Lots of information.
And like you say, it's going to be bright. The fact that we had 70, 80, 90 people through the door when it was dark and cold and pretty horrible.
Yep.
And we were kind of waiting partway through the meeting for the light. In fact, I think there was a few meetings where, the light was kind of coming through and blinding me at the front as we were having the meeting. But it should be a bit lighter now, which is always nicer.
No, absolutely. Well, that's the end of the show.
Wrap-up time.
It's wrap-up time. So I've just got a thought for you for the month.
Michael's thought of the day.
Yes.
Thought for the month.
Continual improvement is better than delayed perfection.
Love it.
Yeah. So make those strides. What is it? Jeff Bezos says 70% right is better than 100%. Just make the decision, move on.
Yep.
Keep moving forward.
Yep. I think it was Mark Zuckerberg that said, get stuff done.
Exactly.
It's better to release a product that's not perfect and actually start to get traction than actually wait, because otherwise you might never actually release that product or release that
and I'm
service.
Sorry to say, perfection isn't out there.
And you know what? We've had this conversation before. In fact, I've been watching the Ted Lasso series, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And again, kind of, there was a reference to the idea of perfection. They had a great little chat at the end of it, where they then talked about perfect food and perfect songs, but actually in people, perfection is not necessarily there. It's a work in progress for everybody.
Exactly.
Excellent. No, love it. Continuous improvement is at the heart of certainly what I do in our business, and love the idea of that, as you know. So that's great. Good
Brilliant.
message.
Good stuff. Well, so thanks for your support today and in the club in general, and look forward to seeing everybody at this month's meetings, and if not at the meeting, then through the month in different events across the town.
Fantastic. Thank you again. Thanks again to Phil and the team at Radio Newark for making this happen, and we'll see you all again next month. Bye for now.
All the best.